Hey guys, thanks for watching. This video is showing color correction under your eyes. Like I had some really bad circles under my eyes today, and I was wanting to show you guys how I correct that with color correcting creams underneath my foundation and concealer. Um, the color correction thing that I used is actually from Wet n Wild. Everything I used in the next few videos is all drugstore. It was very affordable. I got everything, Walmart, CVS, a couple of things I got at Ulta, but like I said, they are really good drugstore price, like $5 and below. Like the little Real Technique sponge and my NYX lipstick. NYX is great. I love NYX. I need to go back soon. But yeah, this video is showing the color correction. You can't really see the darkness anymore. It's actually done very well, especially for a drugstore product. I'm very surprised, very impressed, and you guys get to see it with me, and I'll show you how to do it. Give me a moment. This is the palette that I used. I have one that's already open, so I'm obviously not opening this one. This is just a little color correction cream palette, and the white brightens, the purple cancel out any yellow spots, brown spots that you have. Use the purple. Any zits, redness, anything like that you want to cover, use the green. And if you have dark circles like the blue tones, purple tone, dark circles, then you use the yellow, which is what I used, and I'll show you how to do that here in a moment. This is really great. Like I said, I'm really surprised, and you guys totally should go pick this up if you're looking for a good drugstore brand one. It is amazing. I'm very impressed. And the foundation that I use, you'll see it, is the Revlon Age Defying. Not sure how I feel about it yet. We will see. And I forgot to film it. Actually, I forgot to use it completely, but I also bought this from Hard Candy. This is the all night spray, all day and night spray. It's supposed to be a really good setting spray, which I'm opening now and I'm about to use, and I will test it today. It is like 11:30 in the morning, so I'll have all day to test it and make sure it actually works for you guys. See in real time me testing it out. So let's see. I like the scent. I think it reminds me of like a lavender, which I hope there's not any in this. It doesn't say. I'm going to have to do some research, because if there's fragrance in it, sometimes it messes my skin up pretty bad. But like most everything I use today for all of this look, everything I use today actually is drugstore, very affordable, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you learned something, and I will swatch these for you later, show you what they are. Alright guys, enjoy the video. Stay tuned. So like I stated before, everything that I'm using today is from a drugstore like Walmart, CVS. Some things are from Ulta, but they're in the drugstore price range, and you can find them in some drugstores, like the NYX stuff you can find in drugstores, but not a lot, not around here anyways, where I'm from. So even the brushes and stuff that I'm using is either e.l.f., Real Techniques. That's about it, e.l.f. and Real Techniques. Like all of these are my Real Technique brushes. Forgive that they are kind of dirty, but I just used them earlier to do a test run. These are the Real Techniques. You can get these from Walmart. They're not too bad priced. They come in packets of like 3 or 4 of them. And yeah, it's totally worth it. These are really good brushes, especially for being drugstore stuff. And of course, my Real Technique sponge. It's similar to the Beauty Blender. Light is giving it a lot of shine, but I like it a lot better than the Beauty Blender. This is the actual Beauty Blender. It's dirty, I use it. But to me, this one is softer, and I like the way the finish is a little better than the Beauty Blender. I will do a comparison video soon. I do one side of my face with the Beauty Blender and the other side with this, and we'll see who wins. And when I do that one, I might do a giveaway. So if I get enough people to watch and to like the video, then I will be giving away either a free Beauty Blender or a Real Technique sponge. So depending on how many likes and shares this video gets, it will determine whether it's the Beauty Blender or the Real Technique. So have fun with that one time. But yeah, all those are really decently priced to get. Like this one is only $5. You can't beat that. And at Ulta you can get it in a 2-pack, of course for 10, but these are worth it. I have like a drawer full of these things. I use them so much. So we are doing color correction today because I had a request to do that for the under eyes. Like a lot of people have dark circles. Like I don't really have the bags very much. I have a little bit just right barely under, but I do have some like darkness. You see right here, a little shadowing there. And I'm going to show you how to do the color correction with drugstore makeup. Now I found a really, really good one, really good color correction palette, and from a very surprising source. This is actually from a palette for my foundation. This is the same thing. Purple and green and white. We're going to use that. Before I apply this, I have to have a primer. They're really big on primers. And I'm going to use, I've seen someone else use this on a different YouTube channel, Nikki Tutorials, and she uses this all the time, so I thought I would try it, and it is amazing, and it makes my makeup last all day long, and it's just as good, even better than a lot of the high-end makeup primers that I have used. And I haven't used many, but the ones I've used, I kind of like this better. So this is the Nivea Men for sensitive skin. It's a post-shave balm. It doesn't take much. Just do a little tiny bit. Literally that much. Hopefully that'll let it. Rub it in. Even the makeup remover wipes that I'm using today are from the drugstore. So we're just going to even coat all around, even the neck. Oh hey you guys, this is my first makeup tutorial after surgery. And I'm kind of just now noticing in the camera, my face has changed some. I have the extra skin coming down. You can't see it when it's that way, but when I tilt my head up, it kind of falls. But that'll go away. The more I work out, the more the muscle gets built, it'll go away. Okay, now that that is evenly applied, I'm going to take my color correction. Since mine is more of a blue shadow, it's a dark blue shadow. Let's see. Let me pull you up a little closer. Okay. You have like a bluish coloring here. If you have the bluish coloring, then you're going to want to use the purple. No. Luckily, on the back of this, it kind of tells you what to use it for. Purple and yellow are opposites, so use it to cancel each other out. So this is like a bluish color, which is, I guess, on the purple side. So to cover it up, I will actually use the yellow pigment just under my eyes. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. brush here and dip it into the yellow. And it doesn't really take too much of the product, so you want to make sure your brush is evenly coated pretty well. And I'm going to get up close so you can see. Alright. Make sure just to put it on the dark parts of your eye where you're trying to cover up. And just kind of dab and blend as you go. It'll look weird whenever you're putting it on. You're like, oh crap, what did I do to my eye? But when you put your concealer and your foundation on, it'll cover up and it'll blend out really nicely actually. Make sure to get all of my dark blue. And make sure it's blended out. And you can even do it with your finger. It actually works a little better with your finger because the heat from your hand and your finger will actually pack it in better and kind of set it. But my hands are actually cold all the time since after surgery, so it doesn't work very well. So this is going to be a little long video because I'm showing you exactly how to do it step by step. So hopefully it'll help. Okay, once that is applied, you make sure it's even the way you want it. It is. I'm just using my computer screen to kind of see what's going on, so I'm going to check in the little mirror here. I still see some of the blue. I'm just going to get a little bit more product. Okay. And once I have that down, if there's any other places you need correction, like if there's too much redness, I don't really have too bad of problems. And there's not really any bad bumps or anything on my skin that I need to cover, but if you do, the green is really good for covering like pimples and stuff like that, and of course the purple cancels out any of the yellow and all that. This is a really awesome thing. I love this. It's really good for the highlighter too, if you want to use the white to really brighten everything up. Okay. And now I'm going to take a concealer and put it on top. And for concealer, I'm using Glamoflauge from Hard Candy. You get this at Walmart. It's like $3, $3 to $4. It's really good. And I picked this up from the craft section. It's just a little paint palette. And I like to use this to put my product in. Use as a little petri dish. Use a little product. It doesn't take much of this at all. Like, it is such full coverage. It is absolutely amazing. I love this stuff. And with the same brush that I used for the color correction, I'm going to dip it into the concealer. So I dip it in first, and then I kind of like pull out and get the excess off. And you just put it on top of the color correction. And this really helps to brighten up your eye. I'm just going to go ahead and do this like I would my concealer after I put my foundation on. Just to get a really good even see? dark circle is gone. It is erased. It's amazing. I love this stuff. And I actually use this quite often. I use them. I don't have any high-end concealer that I use. Like, I've used Urban Decay before, just because I had a sample of it and it was great and everything. But for what I paid for that, I can use this one and it's just as good, and it's a full coverage, and that's what I like in my concealer. Definitely need full coverage. And once I have this down and blended almost completely out, I'm going to go in with my Real Technique sponge and just just bounce it out. Bounce it out. And this blurs any of the harsh edges from the concealer. Make sure you get into the corners, or I don't know if you can tell, but it creases really bad if you don't get in there really well. Alright, and now that I have that done, I'm going to get my foundation. Now I'm using this stuff for the first time. I have not used these, but this is towards like an older audience right now. So I'm going to try using the Revlon Age Defying with DNA Advantage Cream Makeup. And this is the lightest shade that they had. Because I'm going to try it and we're going to see how this works out. So, first time opening it. So we're going to try this together. And I'm going to use that same little palette, but this time in one of the big shake it up. And it's got a little pile of stuff in there. And I'm going to take a sponge again, and this time I'm going to dip the sponge in it and then pounce the excess out. And then this is going to go over where we just put all that other stuff. So we'll see how this works. Pounce it, pounce it, pounce it, pounce it. And this might be a little too light for my skin. It says it's supposed to be full coverage, but it's not looking like that to me. Maybe I misread and grabbed the wrong one. I don't know about this today. I love this sponge. And I do put my foundation over my lips because I like to blank out my lips where I put my color on, because it usually gives it like a more vibrant color. It's taking more product than I would like to do this. And overall, it doesn't look too bad at all. Actually, kind of like it. Now that it's starting to set in, I'm actually kind of liking this a lot. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'm going to do a little contouring. For my contour shade, I just use another foundation. This is Revlon Photoready, and this is in shade Natural Beige. It's a couple of shades darker than my actual skin tone. And I'm putting it in that same dish and the same brush. Put it in. And cut it in. Under my cheekbone. I'm not going to use too much of it. I like a little contour. It's just to accentuate. And the same blender sponge and just blend it out. And I'm going to take CoverGirl loose powder. This is translucent. There's not too much pigment in it. I just pour some into a little basin. That's probably a little too much. Pour that in there, and then I'll take the flat side of the sponge, put it in place over where the concealer is. And it's okay to go a little heavy with this because you really, really want to set that powder. You want to set the color correction. And it also catches fallout from eyeshadows. So let this set while you do your eyes and everything, and then we'll dust it off afterwards.